First episode I'll be recording with a loud cat in the background, so we'll see how that goes. She needs to eat before she's allowed back upstairs, so we'll see how that goes. Willie? Yeah? Yeah? Really? I agree. You're not close enough to the mic to be picked up, so I sound crazy. There's no need for an intro. Let's just go into the Forest Temple. Navi was protesting. She thinks we do need an intro, so hello, Internet. Welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. In the last episode, we returned to Kokiri Forest only to learn that nobody recognized us and Saria headed to the Forest Temple alone. A forest temple which is filled with monsters. This time, we are going to be doing what we can to try and save Saria. Or at least find her in the first place. That would be a good start to saving her, probably. Right away, 2 Wolfos in this room. There, no big deal. Although, Link's jump attack is so big now because he's big now that it does get a little annoying jump slashing them. You can't just kill them in one hit easily because you'll accidentally hit them in the back, which is still armored. Yeah. Anyway, we have the hook shot, which means we can cheat as far as climbing vines goes now. We can just get right near the top right away, which is pretty good. You can see a gold Skulltula up there, which is going to be our first one of the day, which is not bad. There we go. And we can just Z-target the token to not risk getting onto the vines. That's our 50th one, meaning we have collected half of them. I would also argue that this is probably the last gold Skulltula token that's worth getting, is the 50th one. So once you reach 50, you can probably stop worrying about it. I'm obviously going to be getting all of them because I'm me, but yeah. Over on this tree, we got our first small key. We've seen these before, but only in the treasure chest house in Castletown as a kid, so yeah. Dungeons from now on are going to have a bunch of small keys hidden in them, and we need every single one in order to finish the dungeon. Next room is a hallway. There are a lot of rooms in this temple that are just long hallways, so I'm going to say next room, and it's just going to be a hallway with like a big Skulltula in it, and that's it. You don't actually need to wait to kill gold Skulltulas for them to turn around anymore. The hook shot will break right through the skull and kill him, so yeah. The Poe sisters have taken the fire, which means the elevator will not work for us. We don't need to talk about the mechanics of how elevators work in this society. Yeah. Our goal is going to be to hunt them all down. It's ghost busting time. We're going to head straight right away. First time I've ever done that in my life. And over here is a gold Skulltula that we can kill with the hook shot and take its token. Hell yeah. It's really nice having the hook shot. I do not like using the boomerang. The hook shot is so much better, and it does the exact same thing, so yeah. This is a bubble. I hate that it's called a bubble when there is an enemy actually called a bubble. This is specifically a blue bubble. Blue bubbles just sort of fly there. To kill them, you can stun them or bump them with your shield. I stunned it with the hook shot, and then you can just stab them. Yeah. We'll be seeing more variants of those later. In here, our first of several mini-bosses, the Stalfos. They are by far the most complicated sort of dual enemy we fought, which the dual enemy I'd argue we fought before is a Lizalfos. These guys, why did I say it like that? It's Lizalfos. It's not complicated to pronounce that. When they don't have their guard up is the time when you want to strike. However, there are going to be moments where they're open even if they do have their guard up, especially if you get to the side of them. And then it's worth hitting them with a jump attack, which will kill them faster. These ones are not super complicated. Stalfos will get harder to fight as we progress through the game, but right now it's really just a matter of being patient. They sort of take turns to fight you. Generally, one of them will be on guard while you're fighting the other, so they are at least a little honorable in that way. If we talk to Navi, lure it close close to you and watch its movement carefully. Attack it when its guard drops. So exactly what I said, basically. They are dealing significant damage, especially for this point in the game. We have never seen an enemy hurt us this badly before, even bosses. So, yeah, we can sort of see that the enemies mean business now. And I'm doing a pretty bad job here. Even in my test playthrough, I never had this much trouble with Stalfos. Okay. It dropped a nice 1 recovery heart for me. I need more, please. Of course, they aren't going to give me more. Oh, there's pots in here. Maybe these have them. 1. Oh, a fairy. Okay, well, I have 2 bottled fairies, so I guess I'll just take this one for me. If it will let me. Hello? There we go. And this chest. My gameplay performance in this video so far is gonna be getting some harsh criticism, probably. I would not blame you for that. Alright, bumping it with the shield, it'll still be able to jump around, which is why I stunned it initially. They can be pretty annoying to kill, but they really are not that much of a threat. Fighting a lot of bones in here. Back in here, we want to run to the northwest door. I do this thing with my head when I need to tell which direction is north, south, east, or west, so that's what I was doing, but you couldn't really see it, so it didn't mean much to you, probably. Anyway, this is a time block. We've seen it before. We need to play the Song of Time, which is this one. I mentioned in a post related to this Let's Play that this is the first Let's Play I've needed a cheat sheet for. I literally just have all of the songs and the button combinations for them written down on a piece of paper next to my monitor, because I'm so terrible at memorizing them, so yeah. Out in these ruins area, I really like that, like, it's ruins. I've always loved ruins in games, I think. It's pretty clear by me, if you've watched my videos. It's just sort of an aesthetic that I love, so this part of this temple is genuinely one of my favorite parts of any area in this game. It just looks so neat, man. It's a cool aesthetic. I don't know. It's like the only series where I think they managed to make ruins boring is Sonic the Hedgehog, so I don't know. I think it's cool that, like, the Forest Temple really isn't much of a temple. It's kind of just a giant mansion, and that's neat. Anyway, Skullwalchula's on this wall. We can reach 2 of them to kill. The one that's up there, I believe, is too high up for us to hit with the hook shot. Yeah, we literally can't even aim the hook shot that high if we're next to the wall, so we can't kill that one. Which means we need to try our best to climb past it, which is gonna be interesting. I have mixed experiences getting past Skullwalchula's. Generally, I try to get to this side of the wall, wait for it to start turning away like that, and then climbing past. It's a little easier that way. Okay. Our next mini-boss, a blue bubble! No, it's not a mini-boss. Not even remotely difficult to kill. For killing it, though, we do get a reward like it's a mini-boss, at least. The dungeon map. Now, you may accidentally head through that door because it looks the same as this one. That is where these symbols come in. I've gotten turned around in here so many times because I wasn't paying attention to this symbol, but when you see this symbol, that means you are going through the forward door instead of going backwards through the door you came in from. It's nice to know that because, yeah, it's really easy to get turned around in here, especially since this is our sort of, like, first even remotely complex dungeon. Yeah, it's good to know to keep track of those symbols on the doors. This is the main sort of thing we can hook onto. It sort of looks like a thing for a grappling hook, so that is how you know. You can press down this switch, and that will drain that fountain. And now, I don't think we have any other reason to be up here. Yeah, we don't. So we're gonna jump down. This guy. It's kind of underwhelming seeing a regular Deku Baba after we just fought a normal one up on that balcony, and, like, it wasn't even worth bringing up. Again, big Deku Babas are the same. They're just more awkward to hit, but it is a little bit goofy. Anyway, before going down that well, which is the obvious correct choice, remember that you can hookshot onto chests. Otherwise, you'd have to wait until much later to get over here to get a recovery heart and this gold Skulltula, which we need to kill with the hookshot, even though it's right next to me. You couldn't just reach up a little higher to stab at Link? Come on. That is our 50-second one. Generally, we've been finding like 4 per visit to dungeons on average, so pretty crazy that we've already gotten 3. Trust me, the other 2 will be a little more distant than that. I'm realizing, like, this might not be so bad. I generally have a lot of trouble, like, finding my way around in the adult dungeons, but having my notes is kind of just making me appreciate the dungeon more because I can sort of see everything going into it, and, like, I know the order to explore things. I don't know. I always find games easier when they're fun. That's our 3rd small key. We don't need to find all of the small keys before progressing. You'll find some as you progress, but finding these 3 small keys to start off is going to make the Forest Temple a lot less confusing. So, yeah. Now we can climb out of the well, and we are now on the opposite side of the ruins, where we started. We're gonna head back inside. So, we have now explored a pretty sizable portion of the first floor of the temple, and even the 2nd floor. Not as much of the 2nd floor, but definitely the 1st floor. We've explored a pretty big chunk of it. And the entire first basement floor, because that's just the well. That's going to be all for today. Next time on The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, we are going to begin searching even more of this dungeon, hopefully actually finding some of the Poes this time. Spoiler alert, we might not actually find them in the next video, but I don't know yet, so maybe we will. I don't know. I don't remember how much I put in each episode for this temple in my notes, so we'll see. See you guys then.